Good morning, people. Meet Donnie. When Donnie was 23 years old, he was an extremist who was heavily into political views and gun rights. He has tattoos on his face, banged heroin on the weekends, and was very abusive towards anyone who disagreed with his views. When he turned 30, he had a change of heart, though. The new Donnie didn't do drugs or have the same political beliefs as the old Donnie. He no longer carried the violent nature he once had. You see, Donnie now wanted to be a productive part of society, but all of the things Donnie stood for in the past made it that much harder for him to accomplish his new passions. Many of our decisions we make in life tend to steer more towards the moment. Your wants, needs, and beliefs need instant action, so we normally make our snap decisions for the now. But what about your future self? What does he or she want? Are you making sure that you are not only deciding for your current version, but also the person you will become? Listen up, people. Stop forgetting to converse with the person on the other side of time. This future version is just as important as your current one, so he or she deserves the opportunity to share the right to decide as well. So before you go deciding to get those 30 different piercings on your face, sit down and have a conversation with your future self and verify that he or she is in total agreement with every decision you decide to make. Stop self-pleasing the current version of you and start taking into consideration the one that will have to deal with all of your consequences.
First Cupkc, unique, hustle hard music. Yeah, First Cupkc, start your day off with a cup of Joe and positive convo. First Cupkc, shine a light on the ones that work hard from Kansas to the Mo. First Cupkc, motivate, educate, inspire the youth to be great. First Cupkc, believe in yourself is the key to make a change. It's never too late. First Cupkc. This broadcast is a No Solutions podcast production. Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of the First Cupkc. Today I have a very special guest. He's a fellow podcaster, just as I. The name of his podcast is called Heavy Breathers. He's also the newest member of the No Solutions production crew. Very, very awesome guy. Hey, very controversial. And the world loves controversy, right? So let's get into this. Let's get into this interview, man. What's up, Jake the Snurk?
What's up? I'm controversial. This is a first for me. I like that. That's exciting. I like that. I like that little intro that you gave me there. That felt good.
Was it enough though? I mean, did it
I
give you your?
I mean, I was like, I was chilling, and then you gave me that, and I was like, ding, and I was like, that. You know what I'm saying?
Controversial.
There
we go.
It was good. So
You said ding.
I'm not gonna move it around, so I don't want y'all to see it. So
you got sweatpants on too.
I know
it's
tough.
It's tough, man. No, Jake, man,
what's going on?
Tell the listeners a little bit about you.
Oh man, where do I begin? Well, it all started when my father and my mother met in high school. Had my brother at 18, waited a few more years. Next thing you know, I popped out. I'm probably like God's first mistake, but a happy mistake. But it's all good. It's fine.
You say happy mistake.
It's a happy mistake. Like Bob Ross, we don't make mistakes. We don't make, what does he say? Happy mistakes.
We don't make mistakes. We make happy. Yeah, how did he say that?
Well, whatever he said, that was me. All right. I came out. Here I am. I started. I guess, not to like toot my own horn, but I've been like pretty funny my whole life, like from a kid. Because when you're fat growing up, you got to be funny. Because you're not going to be athletic. You're not going to be attractive. You're not going to be any of that. So the best thing you got, be chubby and funny.
Yeah. People make jokes about you. You just take those jokes and reverse them. Use them on a later date. Oh, I like that one. I'm going to use that one next time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Uno reverse it. Every time. I have so much fun when people talk shit to me. It is so fun. I encourage it. Not really, though, but I encourage it.
But you like comedy.
Oh, I love comedy. Literally grew up. That's all my household. Just grew up on comedy. Like,
where'd you grow up?
I grew up here in Kansas City in Argentina.
In Argentina.
I grew up there till I was 18. Then we moved. But I mean, my whole life was just comedy movies. Like, I grew up on Blazing Saddles. I grew up on White Chicks. I grew up on like probably you know all that.
Not today.
You can't do it no more. I wish comedy like that would come back. Like that really hardcore comedy. That's the comedy I miss. Like the old Will Ferrell movies, all that stuff. Oh my God. I wish all that could come back. But now everyone's soft and you can't say.
Gotta be careful, man, because they came all the way back and got, what was her name? Martha Stewart's. Who's the one that said the one that make the pies?
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about the other comedian lady.
No, this wasn't a comedian. She just said some bad stuff, and it came all the way back and got her for it. And it's like, dude, that was a whole different person back then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't let go. Like, you got to realize people grow. Like, people are not that anymore. Like, I'm not who I was back, like, 2-3 years ago. I'm a different person. Like, people need to let that go. That's what I say all the time.
And that's why, so today's subject today is about your future self. Ooh. It's kind of like about the things we do now.
I hope I'm skinny.
Well, but that's a great analogy right there, because when you think about it, Jake, if that's what your future self is asking you, I mean, you might want to answer. You know,
hey, bro, you're trying to live past 40. Let's
slim it down a little bit.
Slim it down just a tad.
But it's important, though. I'm going to tell you why it's important, because some of the things you do now, like criminal activity or anything that you do like that can set that future self. You're basically, so my analogy with this is, look, the things you do now, the things you're doing with yourself, you're setting your future self up. So if you're getting tattoos on your face, before you make that agreement and say, man, I think I want to get a tattoo on my face, let me ask my future self, because he's the one who got to live with that.
That's
so
true.
If I was my future self right now, would I want this? Well, let's think. What are some of the things that I might want to do in the future that might prevent me if I get this tattoo on my face? People don't do that enough. They don't think about that part.
You know, I see all that stuff a lot, and I'm just like, wow. Like, you're just bold in general just to do that now at the age. Because I see people do it, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
like, that's what you chose? Like, you could have got something better. Instead, you get like your what is it? Your Sagittarius sign or whatever. You get that on
Tyson
your cheek.
got a whole tribal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just like, ugh.
Everybody
like,
ain't Mike Tyson though.
Yeah, that's true. He kind of like, if you talk shit to him, I mean,
he's gone.
Yeah.
See that Terry Crews thing? The interview with him and Terry Crews?
No.
Oh,
I can't listen to interviews with Mike Tyson. It's so hard because it's all the time, and I'm just like, I'm just rather go listen to someone eat a slushie or something because I'm gonna hear the same conversation. Yeah. Like, I'm good on that, but like tattoos and stuff, what you're saying, you know, I do think about that a lot. I wouldn't get anything on my face, first of all, but like, I kind of like, because I have this idea for this tattoo. It's gonna be Thor's hammer with like lightning shooting up. That'd be cool. And then I thought, man, when I get older, I look even more tight. I mean, although it might be a little wrinkly, but you know, everyone
depends on where you get it.
Everyone knows I had that hammer back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the hammer,
the brown hammer.
The
brown hammer.
Oh man, the Aztec hammer.
Oh, I like that.
See, hey man, we can keep going with this hammer thing. Matter of fact, where is the hammer? Because No Solutions got the hammer here.
They got a hammer?
Yeah, they got a hammer, man. I was trying to tell them to put some like deadly heavy stuff in it. Just drill a hole in it and just fill it with like concrete or something and just plug it back up and just.
That's a good idea.
Challenge people to pick it up.
Oh my God.
One hand, pick it up.
I've been working out, so let's just say I can lift a few things now. Like I used to have trouble.
You've been talking to your future self.
I have.
That's a good thing, Jay.
You know,
that's a good thing. So speaking of future, you have been working on something, and it's looking to take off here pretty quick.
We are having fun with it.
So the name of your podcast that you do, and this you is it a co-host too?
So it's me and my boy Valdo, and he's been with me for a while now for a couple videos. It used to be a group of us, but things changed. This is how the way the world goes. So he stuck around. First of all, how he even came on, I invited a friend to come on, and they said, "Hey, Valdo's coming with me." And I was like, "All right, well, I didn't really invite him, but all right." Next thing you know, he came, never left. And I was like, "All right." And then everyone left, and then he stayed. And I was like, "Well, I guess I'll keep the guy who stayed." Hey. And he's like, "I'm the only one who wanted to stay. Like, why you always got to put me out like that?" And I'm like, "Well, it's just fun." But I mean, I'm happy it was.
I'm glad you stayed, dog.
I really am. And that sounds like a dick thing to say, but I swear, like, once you listen to our podcast and how we act, you'll be like, "Oh, okay, that's just normal." But he's probably like one of the best additions we've had. And we can work off of each other. Like, we were making promo videos. We were just coming up with stuff yesterday, just off the top of our heads.
Off
and
the dome.
We're literally just going off of each other. And he's not afraid to like risk it, like do like weird stuff. Like, we get weird.
That's why I said controversial.
Oh yeah, we get weird.
So I know with me saying the title, I know a lot of viewers and listeners are going to want to know why the hell he called his podcast Heavy Breathers.
I have a perfect answer for that.
So we're going to get that out of the way right now, just so everyone to know, because I also want to know why you guys chose. So now, I kind of got a couple of thoughts.
Okay, let me hear them.
So,
because you're probably right.
I know you're controversial because, I mean, the way you guys you guys talk about topics that are ear catching, and we
mostly try to embarrass ourselves. That's mostly, we go in there like, "Hey, let's embarrass ourselves." Like, we used to tell each other, like, "You want to like really just throw ourselves under the bus today?" And we're like, "Fuck it, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it." We're not afraid to put our stuff out there.
Man, that's cool because it helps the audience get to know who they're listening to. For sure, man. So, Heavy Breathers. Is it because you grew up chubby?
Oh, you're hot.
Hot?
You're hot.
Am I hot or am I temperature hot?
Because both.
Yeah,
right
because
now
my wife doesn't tell me I'm hot, man.
Well, I'll tell you
another guy telling me I'm hot, man.
You're fine as
now I'm starting to see why the show is so controversial. And now,
listen, you gotta hype your boys up. You gotta hype everyone up. Listen, I see a dude there. Like, I see my boys like, "Bro, your package is looking big." Like, "Bro, you know what I mean? You look like you've been working out." I see that. You know what I mean? I get told, they're like, "Jake, you look skinnier than you did earlier." You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta hype each other up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like to just hype. I mean,
I like it. So you said I was close.
Okay, so you're basically there.
Okay.
So here's how it happened. I was sitting at home and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna start a podcast." I was like, and I was going through names and I'm thinking, "Oh, well, I can name it this. I can Jacob Show or something." I was coming up with all these boring names, and I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, and I'm like, heavy breathing. I'm listening to myself breathe right now. That's perfect. Like, that's the perfect thing, because every time we say stuff, every time I had some people on, I had some heavy set people on too. I love them. They know it. You'd hear sometimes in the mic. You know what I mean? Like, we all would eat beforehand.
That's the name of the show.
Exactly. And there it is. That's how I came up with it. I was just sitting there and I heard myself breathing. I was like,
so how do you guys search for your topics? Is your show like open to topics, or do you guys like pick the topics?
We tell each other, "All right, let's come up with at least 5 this week," and we just kind of run through them. We kind of go by either what's happened to us that week, or things that's been on our mind, or just whatever weird thoughts, weird questions we have. We're just going to ask him, because me and him, we're different. You would think we're similar, but we're pretty different. So we just do a lot of stuff that we wish we could have caught on film. And so we're like, all right, we need to talk about this. Like, people aren't going to believe us, you know, but a lot of the stuff we say, for the most part, is pretty truthful. And then sometimes we might exaggerate it, but we, a lot of the stuff you hear where it's like, why would they say that, is probably all truthful. Because I like the show where you're just open, you're more vulnerable, you're open to say whatever. Like, we've had some where we had to cut some stuff out because it's gotten really deep with some stuff. Yeah. But, you know, like, that stuff I kind of want to bring back. And that's kind of how our topics really go. Yeah. You know? We don't give, like, if it's anything, we don't really touch on politics, but if it gets there, like, we try our best to, like, not even, like, make it anything, like, knowledgeable. It's just a comedic version.
Hey, man, the world is searching for people who are open to say pretty much anything. The world's different than what it was before. And it's kind of confusing at the same time, because back in the day, you can really pretty much say what you wanted to, and there wasn't really any backlash, you know. But nowadays, you can say whatever you want, but it's a whole bunch of back
coming for you.
Yeah, and it's like bad. It's kind of crazy for us to want to even put ourselves out here like this, but you know, people, they need to hear. You know, the whole purpose of podcasting is to let people hear points of views, different points of views. There are platforms that allow you to be able to openly say what you want to say and talk about. A lot of these podcasts that are out here, they talk about a lot of topics and subjects that a lot of people aren't really wanting to really talk about because they're scared of the backlash about it. So for people that come up with shows that aren't so scared to actually be raw and be real about it, man, hey, we have to keep some of those shows around because they're all going away. And I mean, so Heavy Breathers, you come up with the show Heavy Breathers, you got to come up with a topic about what are you going to talk about. But at the same time, when you created this show, you knew you were going to be talking about subjects. You know, these subjects that you're talking about, everyone's not going to be in agreement with it. You're going to offend some people you're not. Some people are going to, you know, salute you. But you got to be, it's very tricky.
Like, my whole thing with it is that I just want to, because there's so much shows, and they're always on either one topic or they try to keep it to a certain structure of how they want it. Mm-hmm. Ours it's a little chaotic, but it still kind of stays with the structure. But we're more of like, we just wanted to be free. We want your mind to just kind of get off of everything, you know. We want people to be more vulnerable about stuff and like open up stuff, like those thoughts you have in your head, you know, you're just like, that'd probably be weird, or that'd be something I should probably stop thinking about. You know what I mean? We're just like, we want to bring that, we want people to know, like, it's okay that people can open up and say jokes or say whatever, and it's not that bad. You know, we're just trying to, me personally, bringing a smile to someone's face, making them laugh, knowing I made someone's day or had someone cracking up. That's all I need.
That's that old comedy. That stuff doesn't exist anymore. I mean, the old comedy, you can do that. Now you can do it still, but it's just on a level, man. It's like, golly.
Yeah,
people are so scared. I wish, this is what I have to say about it. If you have something you want to say it. Don't let people scare you from saying and being who you want to be, or letting yourself hang out. A lot of people don't let themselves hang out, and they miss so many different opportunities because people didn't get to see who they were. Now, sometimes letting yourself hang out can get you in a little trouble, but it's all moderation, man. It's all in moderation. So, what are some of the topics you guys talk about on the show?
I mean, we try to do current event stuff, like, you know, popular things that are going on. Like, we just did an episode where we talked about how we would survive Jeffrey Dahmer. So we put ourselves in the scenario like, all right, we're one of his lovers that went back to the, to the room with him. How, like, okay, what red signs would we look for, And we talk about that, or we talk about, hell, we even talk about girl problems. We talk about a lot of embarrassing things that people usually wouldn't open up about.
Yeah.
And that's what we try to push the most is showing, if anyone can learn a lesson out of our show is to just open up more. Yeah. But, we push on everything. Like, we've done segments about food. We've done challenges. We like to do challenges every once in a while. We like to do improv stuff, put different scenarios. We had an episode. We didn't get it out because we had lost some footage, but we did a whole reenactment of Taken. And so,
that's my movie.
Mm-hmm, so I was the dad. I was like, you have a particular set of skills. I was doing all that. And then Valdo had the wig on.
Just like him.
And he had the wig on, and he was like pretending to be the daughter, but he made it so sexual that it honestly just turned into a porno at that point. Because I was like, you need to hide under the bed. And he's like, okay, daddy, I'll do it. And I'm like, this is turning raw real quick. It got, we just want to keep it comedy. We want to keep you laughing. We want to just make your day better if it's shitty, and if it's good, then make it shitty with whatever dumb joke we say. But, we like to hit on every emotion possible.
Yeah, that's what just keeps the emotional roller coaster going. How many episodes have you guys got in?
So I think we've done 14, I believe. We would have had more, but there's just how scheduling stuff
trust
works.
Me, I know.
But
I know, man. I've been dealing with that for the last couple weeks. Yeah, a lot of cancellations, man.
Just want to get right back into it. I know that feeling.
Man, it's like, dude, you guys are canceling on me the day of the show.
Oh, I started when our podcast kind of went quiet for a little bit, I was having the shakes. I was addicted to it. It's almost like it was my drug for a minute. Yeah. And I was like, I need to do something. Because we'll even do vlogs or stuff or little specials. We try to put as much content as we can out there because as much as we want it to be the podcast, we also want to do other stuff too.
Yeah, shows and
little segment specials because we want to really test ourselves and see what we can do. And we have a few things we're figuring out right now that we're gonna start testing out. But
you guys are you guys going to get into the short reel things?
Oh yeah,
because I know that I've noticed a lot of podcasts. A lot of people with mini series, mini TV shows, say they have a co-host, they will do little shorts about stuff that has nothing to do with the podcast itself, but is entertaining, and it of course goes back to the podcast.
Our specials we had one for 4th of July, and it was hype for the podcast, but it really it was mostly about us hosts. So we had fireworks, we had drones, we had cars drifting, and I was dressed in some Daisy Dukes, and my Valdo, I don't even know what he was wearing. We had all this stuff figured out, and I just I like the most random of things, and at the very end, heavy breathing podcast. So we could be fighting a bull or something, and at the very end, heavy breathing podcast.
Yeah.
Or we can be doing just random stuff because shorts, just fun stuff like that.
It just it gets people familiar with you, and for some reason, man, the more you put yourself in front of people, you become that household item, and everyone let me go check and see what they're doing. Because I noticed on TikTok when I first started doing the TikTok scrolling. I've never really been bad at scrolling TikTok. A lot of people get addicted to it. Me, I give myself 15 to 20 minutes. Sometimes I might hit 30 minutes, but that's pretty much it, man. My mind is always so
my mind is all over the place too for the most part. When I'm working at my other job, my mind is, as I'm working, my mind's strictly on for my show stuff or whatever, because I'm all right. My mind is gonna be towards the things I want to do, and then my body is gonna be towards the paying for the bills right now. If that makes sense.
Where else you work though?
I work at this place called Tompkins. We make like hydraulic hoses. It's all right.
Hydraulic hoses. I wish you would have told me this. I wish we would have had this interview 2 weeks ago. Because I have a bucket truck right now that's in the shop. And it just cost me $15,000 to replace 40 hydraulic hoses in the boom lift.
I'll cut the hose up for you. That's all I do.
Can I bring you these old hose and get some reimbursement like a
well,
that sounds
I don't think I'm the guy, but I could show you the guy and then
I say it's some old hose.
I'll let him know Jacob sent you. Like, hey,
Jacob sent me.
Bring your hose to my place.
See, that's that.
Bring your hose, all your hose.
Man, this ain't heavy breathers, Jake. This ain't heavy. This is the first cupcc.
Oh my bad, I forgot. We're positivity. We're positivity here.
Yes.
Bring your beautiful women, people, not hose. Beautiful.
No, I'm just giving you crap, man.
Okay, cool. Bring hose.
No, I gotta. So I gotta ask you this because, like me, I'm in podcasting. My nephew is the reason why I'm in podcasting because he pretty much was like, "Hey, dude, this is for you. You should give it a shot," and I did, and boom. But what sparked your interest in podcasting?
I was for a while. I always wanted to do something with entertainment, film, something. Growing up, that's all I ever wanted. I used to tell people I'm going to be a director. I'm going to do this and that. And when I was younger, I used to make like little videos on my camera or whatever, or edit a few things, and I just always liked it. And I didn't really start listening to podcasts till like 2019. Mm-hmm. And I was just really into them, and I loved because I was always used to just like TV show interviews and all that stuff. And then when I started listening to podcasting, I was like, oh wow, you can really just do whatever with this. And I'm always telling stories about things I did, and I'm always just telling just my group of friends, but they're always like, you'd be a good comedian or whatever. And that just kind of influenced me more. And then I was like, let me just do a show then. Let me just get into it, like put my stuff out there. And yeah, like the first show I did, we did it. I just told my friend, I was like, hey, come on, let's just do one real quick. I was like, just do it with me. And we went and set up, kicked this baby out of her baby crib, and we set up in there. And we just did an episode.
Kick the baby out the nursery.
And put the kid on the table, and we said, chill for a minute. We gotta make some moves real quick. And it was cool. We heard a loud thump, but other than that, it was all good. But, that's just like, I just always wanted to get behind, like, in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And this is like.
And you're here. You're in front of a camera.
Here I am.
So how many times have you sat in the guest seat?
This is my first time.
Ooh, boy.
I'm so
excited.
Lucky
me.
Shaking in my little girl boots. I'm so excited. Never been here before.
Man, dude, you're making me laugh too much on my show, man.
I love it here. This is
so honestly, where do you think podcasting is going? How far do you think this thing's going to go?
It's because there's so many and there's so much out right now, and you're getting hit with all kinds of podcasts. It's like kind of like talk shows. There was all kinds of talk shows out all the time, and now I feel like they're kind of slowly. There's only a few now, and they're slowly going away. And a lot of those are just moving to podcasts.
Yeah,
podcasts I know will be around for a while, but people will. I feel like at some point start to get over it, and they want something different.
Yeah,
but
do you remember what's his name?
All we need is someone everyone's kind of following, for the most part, the same structure, the same idea. It just takes that whoever it could be. It could be you, it could be me, it could be anyone, just to fix, like, put a little tweak in the structure,
and
fix it up, boom, something different. You can experiment a lot. Like, I'd love for my show to soon turn into like something of almost kind of towards like an interview show, almost. Yeah. You know what I mean? But we like to be experimental.
You land that big deal. All it'll take is that TV contract. and it changes everything for you. But
I can't wait to be on Hallmark. It's gonna be amazing.
You said
I'm gonna do that same
Hallmark
acting
special.
too. Yeah. Hi, welcome. I'm Jacob, and then like we'll slowly disappear into the clouds. Hallmark, heavy breathing. I can see it
You
now.
said,
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm gonna do the acting they do on there too. I hate Hallmark. Actually, I don't even want to be on Hallmark. Put me on something cool like Cinemax or something.
hey, Cinemax.
You know they have
Yes,
podcasts on
Cinemax.
Pornhub? I got curious one day. 'Cause, I mean, like podcasts are everywhere. When you're saying like podcasts are like going everywhere,
Yeah.
I just happened. I got bored one day. I was like, I wonder if like anyone's got a podcast on Pornhub. They do.
Yeah.
They do.
So you got rappers doing podcasts.
Mhm.
You even got boxers. Mike Tyson has a podcast called Hot Boxing,
Yeah.
where he gets high the whole time he's on
The guy.
interview. And some of his interviews are pretty good. I watched a couple of them, man, but I watched one.
I couldn't get high. I get stuck.
I'm just saying, this dude doesn't get stuck. I think he's just used. You know, this is Mike
Yeah.
Tyson. I don't want to, because he might one day hear this interview. And I don't want him knocking on my door.
Her first cupkc was talking. What's up?
Oh, man, you do Mike Tyson too good.
That'd
But-
be scary.
Dude, this dude got into it with, what's the dude who, oh, man, Damon. He played Damon on Friday. What is it called? Yeah, Friday. The movie Friday. But I think this wasn't Friday. This was what's the one when Santa Claus?
Yeah, Friday after next.
Yeah, that's Friday
Yeah.
after next. Okay, it was in that one. Remember Damon, black.
Oh, you talking about
Damon
Terry,
out of prison. Terry
Crews?
Crews, yes.
Yeah. He got into it with Terry Crews?
Watch that episode. Pretty interesting episode because they were about to throw down.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, man. It's crazy.
I have
Yeah.
to watch that. I didn't even know that.
So I
That'd be
seen
kind
a
of an
short
interesting fight.
on TikTok, a little short that just showed Mike Tyson, and then it showed him, and he's like, "I beat up my daddy. I beat my daddy up," and Mike Tyson looking, and he's like, so basically, I don't know what was going on with it, but I guess Terry said something that kind of upset Mike Tyson, and then Mike Tyson automatically went to that threatening mode. And then Terry was trying to calm him down and say, "Hey, man, we in this interview. You better calm down because I ain't about to just let you bully me." And Mike Tyson's like, "Dude, I don't care who you beat up. I beat up a whole lot of people. You just beat your daddy up."
You ain't winning that
You know what I'm
fight.
saying?
I
So-
would be bricks if I just happened to just even make an inconvenience for Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it's because
Like,
he got
if I was-
temper.
Oh my
And
God.
he'll lose it, and he got money. I mean, you got a broke jaw. He out of a couple
don't
$1 million,
need any of that.
but
I don't need any of that. I'm good. I
Yeah.
don't
Mike
like-
Tyson ain't no joke. But not to get off topic, he has a podcast, and I mean, you got all these rappers and all these actors, and athletes are even coming. I mean, everyone's podcasting.
That's what I'm saying. It's
So-
everywhere. It's just I'm like I'm
Freedom of
saying,
speech, man. It's
That's what people
it's not.
like.
It's freedom of speech until you offend the wrong person, and then all of a sudden, the
Once you
freedom of
start,
speech is
once
out
you
of the
start
window.
picking a side on things, it just kind of
Yeah, it does.
that's why we try for the most part to keep it neutral, and if we do pick a side, we like to over exaggerate it. So for people who, if any future videos where it seems like, oh, I'm picking a side on something, I'm probably just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, and that's cool, but someone out there is not going to pick that up, and then they'll be like, "Oh man, well, I don't like this guy because he said something bad about abortion," and it's like, "Come on, man, no, it's a podcast show. That's all it is. We're just sitting here, just having a good time, entertaining you. And of course, we're not just entertaining you. We're entertaining the 11 emotions that you brought to the podcast interview." And it's like, no, dude, lay off of that. But I love podcasts. I love where they're going. I find myself tuning into a lot of them.
Same.
They're starting to turn into like those commercials, those TV commercials that
Oh, yeah.
popular TV commercials, man. The crazy thing about podcasting, a lot of people don't understand that the podcast structure actually came from Howard Stern.
Yeah.
So Howard Stern had this radio show.
Yeah.
And
I've watched a few. I love Beetlejuice.
Oh man,
Beetlejuice. Yeah, that's the only reason I really ever get on that is just for Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh. That little.
He was controversial in the beginning.
Oh, I know.
When he started his stuff, he was controversial. But guess what he had? He had the microphones. He had the couch. He had the screen changer. The microphone. Say it's the same thing, except his was live broadcast. You know, and that was the only difference. And they took that and everyone seen that hype. And he was the only one of his kind during that particular time.
He don't like podcasting. I heard. I heard he hates it. And he's the one who like started.
He pretty much gave people the vision to see that because I
think it was him and Mark Norman. I heard is it Mark Norman, the comedian or something?
Yeah, it could have been. Don't give me a line.
Mark. I feel like it was one of. I heard it was this other comedian. He was in Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot think of his name. I know it's Mark something. But
I'm gonna do some research on it. See what
he had a big one, and that's what like started a bunch. Like that's what started like Joe Rogan's and all this stuff.
Yeah, Joe, he's rolling. He's rolling with the podcast, man. I still can't see how somebody can watch a 2-hour podcast show with so much going on in the world. I mean, I would have to break that thing down in 4 parts. You know,
see, luckily for me, I'm kind of like I forgot it was even election day today. So that's why I'm like, that's where my mind's at is on everything else but election. Like, I'm like, all right, well, although it does affect me, I'm like,
It affects you to a certain point, but I mean, a lot of people, I'm going to put it like this and I'm going to move on from that one. A lot of people have given up on the voting, the voting right. A lot of people have given up on it. A lot of people feel the last election that went on it was a bunch of stuff that happened during that election, and people are not.
That was like watching like the promos for like an MMA fight or something.
I'm just saying,
they were talking
man,
that was so fun. I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna get right off of it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, Trump, God, he said some funny. I'm sorry, but he said some funny. I could not help but laugh, and that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, they don't. A lot of people don't like when the jokes hit them, but a lot of people dish those same jokes out. Man, it's like, oh, he got the best of me. But I joked him first, and he came back and it killed me.
If I'm gonna say, people aren't like, oh, you don't like Trump. No, Trump can talk. He can talk. Oh, I would like to learn a few things on how he talked. It is so funny, and that's all I gotta say. So I give my props, Trump. I'm voting for you here again. Got you and Kanye, baby. We're taking over. We're taking over.
So what's your take on that Kanye stuff, dude? I mean, really?
Oh, I separate him from his music. I like to say this to piss people off, but he's like the Mozart of our generation when it comes to music, because his music's so different, and it's creative. It's really creative. Although his lyrics don't know what he's saying. He beep boop bop. That's literally been a lyric, literally. But like all his other stance stuff, I'm like, whatever. It's another, like, hell, Tom Cruise lost his a couple years ago. I mean, it's like it's just his turn to lose his. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, whatever. If you keep giving him attention,
you just got to remember about freedom of speech, man. It's going out the window, and they make us choose sides here. You know, they make you choose it's either Trump or Biden. It's either
that's all it is now. Is you have to choose sides.
And it's like it doesn't really, it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, these are all individuals who they exercise their right to freedom of speech. And it might not be the things that everyone wants to hear all the time. But, I mean, it's still freedom of speech. So whether you're a supporter of one person or a supporter of another person, no matter if it's political or in any different genre, freedom of speech is still important, and you should still have it. And it's just crazy how you just watch how people can rip you off of these social media sites, and they just completely shut you completely down from speaking your mind.
I get so scared when like comedians do it because I'm like, oh, how much longer am I gonna have this guy for?
Yeah, and it's
so
like
funny.
But it's just the world we're in, man. So
I know.
But no, the next thing I want to talk about is No Solutions Production.
Blessing. A blessing. Literal blessing to me.
So how long you been with the crew?
Oh, shit.
Couple weeks, month.
Almost about a month, I would think. Yeah, about that. Ran into them at their, I think it was a modcast they were doing.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if it was a live event or something.
Was it at the school?
At Eagle's Nest.
Oh, Eagle's Nest.
Yeah.
Oh, outside, when they were outside. Yeah.
So I had seen, like, my mom was the first one to bring up No Solutions with me. She says, hey, there's some studio here in Kansas City. They're, like, doing a bunch of stuff like you do with your podcast and stuff. Like, you should check them out. And I don't even know what I was probably hungover at the time. So I was like, oh, all right, I'll check them out. Then I'd start seeing little things here and there. And I'm like, okay. And I started checking them out. And I was like, I really need to like get in touch with them. Then I was nervous. And then I happened to run into him at Eagle's Nest. And I started talking with one of the CEOs. Yeah. Isai. And yeah, that was literally like how when we were talking, we just kind of realized, oh, we're kind of on the same page about shows and stuff like that. And yeah, from there on, I've been with them and they've been helping me. They've showed me a lot of new stuff that I'm like, wow, like it's addicting. Like,
no, it is. It's so addicting. My shop's right across the street.
Wait,
I come over during the day just to.
You have a shop over across the street?
Yeah.
Well, this is news to me. What the hell?
Yeah, you didn't know that
I'm still learning. I haven't even been in the employee's room yet. The only place I've been is the bathroom. And I'm considered an employee. I just want to step in the damn employee room. I'm still getting used to here. Now that I know that you're across the... Yeah, that's cool. I like that. All
shop's right across the street, man. Actually, we share the same landlord. So the landlord who owns this building also owns a couple buildings, the car wash, man. He owns everything.
He just owns everything over this. Okay.
Pretty much, man.
That's cool.
Good guy. Good guy too. So
what the hell?
No Solutions Production Studio.
I know. Isn't it exciting?
Yeah, it is, man. I love the whole family. I remember my first introduction to the No Solutions crew was on episode 3 and 4 of the No Solutions No Solutions podcast when they were just a podcast. And so I've been able to watch them grow from just podcasting with a couple cameras and a couple microphones to a whole full blown out studio where they're not just doing podcasting, they're doing short films and all kind of stuff. And it's just like, it's pretty crazy to watch them grow. And
it's so cool to like see things, to watch, to be a part of, it's just an unreal thing, really, because this is stuff I've always been passionate about and stuff that they're passionate about. Just to see us all come together. Squad of people. I know. I'm just like, wow, because there's not many places like that around that unless they say you got to move to like Cali or Florida or wherever they're doing wild shit at. It's kind of like it's cool to know that where you live, like there's something like this coming, and it's coming.
You got in right. You got in during the right time because you know how the plane is on the tarmac and it's
my fat sprinted and hopped on that. Literally, I was right there. I jumped on like Tom Cruise.
It's just about to take off too, man.
Oh, I know.
Once the wheels are off the ground, man, it's gonna be hard to slow this bird down.
I'm excited. Because
I'm glad we're growing. We got a lot of podcasts coming out underneath the network. I definitely got to get in that heavily breathing one. I haven't watched an episode yet, but I'm definitely gonna watch one before this episode actually goes viral. Hopefully, it goes viral. Are you gonna help this thing go viral, Jake?
What, this one?
Yeah.
Song? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna promote it like crazy.
Can I get that breathing on there?
Oh, okay. Wait, should I do like a salt and pepper?
So is that
Push it.
do you have an intro to the heavy breathing?
Yeah.
And it's a heavy breathing intro.
Well, it's
like
we get. See, I wanted to do that, but I felt like that was too sexual. And if like someone's like playing it, because I heard a lot of people tell me they're like, "Yeah, I always have to be careful when my kids are around because you guys will be talking about some sex thing, and my kid will walk in and they'll be like, "What's up?" Or, you know, and they'll hear like all these weird things, and it's like, so just adding the, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it's gonna be hard for us to not make that sexual. You know what I'm saying? It's
So have you ever heard of that? They got this beat that's trending on TikTok, and it's got the like,
no.
yeah, and it's like boom.
I'm about to go to bed tonight listening
I'm
to
just
that.
saying, I think it might be a nice little intro for you on your little heavy breathing podcast, man.
Well, I found a little intro. I like the little jingle song we found in there.
See, I gotta check that out, man.
It's I don't even know how it goes, but it's pretty catchy. I don't even think that's right. Don't even quote me on that. But it was a cool little jingle. But man, I mean, I can't. Not everyone can have a whole rapper do their whole intro like you,
man. Dude, that right there.
First cupkc.
He right
I like
now
that.
he's got people saying that, and that ain't even me. He's got people saying.
I caught myself before I even started coming here. I caught myself singing your little intro and then their old podcast intro for the
Hello,
everybody. And then me and my friend, because she knew the guy who made that song.
Yeah.
And then me and her for like the longest, we just kept saying, "Hey there, everybody." They're like, "Jake, you're doing it again." And I'm like,
yeah.
the first cupkc.
So that's
I like that
unique. He's a Kansas City rapper.
Wait, that's his name? I thought you just said unique just to rhyme some stuff.
No, his name is Unique. He literally performs all over the place. No, Unique
that's
is kind of
cool.
special because he's kind of like somewhat in the strange music family.
Oh no,
He's not in the family, but he does a lot of music for Tech Nine's son. So he's got a couple tracks with Tech Nine's son, and so it was just an honor of having this same guy who actually recorded the intro. A lot of people thinks he's me when they see him, and because I got the beard. And
I
we're
honestly at
short
first
and-
I thought the same.
everybody think, but it's not. It's not me.
I thought
Unique.
you like dubbed over it and you were rapping it.
No, that's
Wow.
this guy's full of energy. He's a positive rapper, but like I said, he put his foot in that because we did not. That was his whole project. He wrote all the lyrics to it. He created the instrumental for it. He did all of that. Only thing Eastside did was recorded it, and we pressed it up for. Eastside didn't even record it. He just recorded the actual video part of it. But he brought everything to us, man.
I want a rapper to do my show.
He's pretty. He's pretty.
If there's
cool.
any rappers, yeah, let's.
I want to bring this singer on the show too. She's pretty. She's a Kansas City singer.
See, I've been looking at getting all kinds of different people like that. Like I know this whole like Bonda, like this band. Like I used to their brother used to go to my school with me. He'd bring KFC cookies. He'd rob them from the place because he worked there.
Cookies.
Oh, it was the best. You'd walk by his locker, it just smelled like cookies. It was the best. And his family, they're like they have a band and they're kind of like getting out there. And I'm like, ooh, I'd love to have them on. And they all know me. They're like, "Hey, Jacob, it's Jacob. What's up, Jacob?" But now I'm starting to remember, I think they don't really speak that much English. And I don't speak Spanish. I just have the color. So
You say, I'm just Mexican?
yeah,
I'm not
I'm just here.
Mexican?
Yeah. So
It's like, man, I'm just Mexican.
I'll
not
have
Mexican.
I like have Valdo lead that whole kind of thing, and then I'll throw in my little English words, my colonizer words.
So you just get a interpreter.
Yeah,
And just
basically.
that'll be a crazy interview.
I think so.
I don't
too.
think they've never had an interview out where they had a interpreter sitting there the whole time interpreting everything back and forth.
I'm pretty sure they speak English. This is maybe me just being racially motivated right now towards my own culture, but you know what? Maybe they do speak English. My bad. I'm sorry. I'll see y'all soon.
Could you wipe that? Can you stricken that from the records?
Nah, keep it in. It's all good.
No, man, it's their name, but they're Stranded in the City is who did their original song for the first No Solutions podcast series. That's who sung it. One of the guys from Stranded in the City. Those guys are all over the place.
I found the music video to theirs.
What the hell?
Yeah.
So, man, do you know these guys go all over the place and perform? I mean, literally almost every day of the week, these guys are. I've literally been out door dashing like a while ago, and I've been in like numerous places, and like these guys are in here performing too. They're everywhere, man.
See, that's what I need to check out is more live band stuff.
Yeah, get people, and I know that was an honor for Eastside to have them create the intro to their show too. But
it's a cool intro. That's a really cool intro.
Have you watched Nightcappers yet?
Yeah, I was there when they filmed it all. Yeah.
So when they did the Nightcappers, did they have an interview? I mean, intro to Nightcappers?
No, I've watched him work on that one, and then
I gotta check that out. I know it's the newest. Cool. So Nightcappers is the newest. It's podcast.
So it is these two local
bottle girls,
yeah, and they work at Bridgers, and they're basically bringing on people from around the city who do not have experiences with nightlife. So like, they'll bring in hopefully like DJs, or they'll bring in other nightlife workers, and just kind of talk about
some of the crazy stuff that goes on.
Oh yeah, like some of the stuff I was hearing, I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then it made me like rethink. Like they were talking about like you don't have money to do this, you shouldn't be in VIP, or you shouldn't do all this and that. And after one of the podcasts, I was like, damn, I feel broke when I go out to the clubs now. Dang. Now I know what I need to switch up. Well, but it was interesting to listen to.
I mean, think about it though. Do you think they're being too pushy when they say that? When you think about it, you go to VIP, those people that work VIP, they're giving that's high end service. Mm-hmm. So that means high end service. There's a high end price. So if you can't afford to be up there, you can't afford to tip them. You can't afford to give them that big money, like you're about to spend $200 on a bottle of liquor that you can get for $35 down the street.
That's why I'm the king of balling on a budget.
I'll go the king. You go in with pilot bottles in your pocket. Huh?
I haven't done that yet, but I have been in some places where I've seen people whip them out, and I may get a drink off of them or two. I know how to finesse the game when I go out drinking. Yeah. Like, I know, like, I can get a lot. I used to tell my dad and my brother, I don't know why I'd tell them this. I'm like, yeah, I can get a lot of guys to buy me drinks. And they're like, why guys? Why can't you get girls? And I was like, well, I guess that's a good point. But guys are more like, hey, bro, because no girl ever wants to buy you a drink. I've had rare occasions where a few females were like, oh, let me get you a drink. And I'm like, all right, bet. But you're not getting in my pants. No, sir.
Yep, she buy you a drink. You're going home with her.
That's fine with me.
And she's going to keep buying you a drink. No, man, Jake, this has been real, man.
This was fun.
I'd like to welcome you to the No Solutions production crew. I hope you enjoy yourself, on this ride, because you're working with some pretty crazy people, especially Mark.
Facts.
Yeah, he's a Dallas Cowboy fan, so you got to watch out for Mark.
That's not good.
I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan too.
I need to leave. It's getting weird. It's getting weirder than my show. I need to go.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. Well, thanks, dude. Thanks for coming on the show. Me. Thanks for sitting down, being a guest for the very, very first time in your career.
It feels exciting.
I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna come sit on your couch one day.
Please do.
And we'll reverse the seats. But before I let you go, I can't let you out of the door quick. Before I let you go, I always have all my guests look at the camera and leave the viewers and listeners with something positive. So give them something to walk away with. and
Something positive.
something positive, something.
Oh, okay. Let me think. Whatever you're trying to attain in life right now, if it seems crazy, just go for it. That's all I gotta say. Go for them crazy achieve. If it's good, we don't need no crazy things going on, but go for it. Literally, just put yourself out there and go for it.
That's what's up, man. Go for it, y'all.
Just do it.
A lot of people they freeze up right when they should probably keep going. So
Oh, I know it. Don't freeze. Just
That's-
do it. Just
that's-
jump in.
it's definitely something to walk away with, man. You heard Jake. Just go for it, dude. Don't let nobody slow your decisions down. No matter how crazy it get, because sometimes those crazy things pay you crazy cash. So just keep it positive, people. Just
Ooh, wait, can I do one more?
yeah, go for it.
If you have an idea and you're sitting on it, just do it.
Yeah.
That's it. Just do it. Don't let them ideas sit, or you're gonna be sitting on them for a long time.
Or somebody else will pick it up and you'll be like, man, I
Exactly.
came up with that idea 10 years ago and now this man's a millionaire.
I did came up with
Happens all the
Frozen,
time.
and that's what happened. So
You said what?
I came up with Frozen like a couple years ago, and next thing you know, they're doing it, and I'm pissed.
Yeah.
So
What's her name? The princess Elsa,
Elsa
yeah.
and Anna literally took my names, but mine were Mexican though. Elsa and Anna. And Olaf was a donkey, so I mean, it's just
donkey.
yeah, Boro. I can't. I'm
Oh,
not.
you said bro.
I can't say it. I gotta go. This is getting bad. Stay positive.
Dude, man, thank you again, Jake,
Yes,
for
sir.
for jumping in at the last minute, man, and helping us
love
get
it.
this episode out, man.
I've been wanting to come on this.
Well, see, now you're on it, man. First guest, first time.
So
It's the first
excited.
time for everything, man.
excited.
And I love it, man. And what I also love, man, is that we got somebody new that can help out. You got some talent to give us, and you got some talent to add.
I appreciate that.
That's what's up, man. You bringing some more talent over with us with the podcast. You bringing over more material, and hey, man, it's helping the network grow. And dude, I'm lucky and I'm happy to have you here. So
Happy. To
thank
be
you
here.
again for coming on the show. We come to the end, y'all. Thanks for watching another episode of the First Cup KC. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. As always,
Party hard. Party hard.
Positive people.